Forgot to turn the microphone on. Gotta love when I do that. Alrighty. So we have it lined up, set up, and all that. I don't know if you can tell, but I am once again trying to fix the eyes on this thing. That's an ongoing issue, clearly. So today, what the heck did I do with? I already picked out two of the colors that I needed. Oh, they're over here. I moved them already. Good job on my part. So today we are actually doing a Christmas alien. Exciting. I guess, her Halloween ended and everyone went, all right, we're diving in. We're taking a cue from Mariah Carey. But as I described it to my roommate, we're doing a combination of classy Christmas and jaunty Christmas. So the fill is actually going to be a combination of silver and gold, which I'm very excited to see how this turns out. Because I've never mixed these two colors specifically, or I've never swirled these two colors specifically. Oh, come on now. The gold seems to be sealed shut. So it's going to be, it'll at least, like I said, it'll be interesting to see how these two interact with each other. I'm very excited to find that out. Now I'm kind of running low on gold, but I should have enough. And silver is very well stocked. So I think if nothing else, the silver, I theorize, will take over the gold. Now I'm hoping for like a 50-50 mix, you know what I mean? Like where the two just kind of allow the other to exist in the same space and make for a very, very cool, very interesting swirly look of silver and gold. And then the eyes are going to be one red, one green. All right, I believe. Oh, hold on a sec. We got some gunk that I gotta clean up real quick. When these paints sit for a while, portions of it will dry and create these pretty gross like paint boogers. And the gold had a little bit of that issue going on there. So, we get that fixed up. And here we go. That should be more than enough to work just right. Give this a quick swirl about. So far inside the cup, it looks like silver is taking over, but we're going to see what happens when we pour it out. Let's go. And once again, as always, if this doesn't quite pour the way we want it to, if the silver takes up too much and the gold doesn't show through at all, we can always hit it with the heat gun and get a nice crackle effect. I gotta tell you, I think these two colors are doing a pretty good job of like not combining and not having one take over the other. I'm just gonna kind of do this and hope that, I will say the metallic we've mentioned before is not always the easiest to pour out, to have spread. And I think that's really showing here. The thickness of the metallic paint is very apparent in this particular case. So it's going to be interesting to see if it even does the job of spreading out well enough. All right, yeah. That got closed up. Dig it. Rock on. And I do think it is spreading out. I think it's kind of just the right thickness. But I think the forehead's going to fill just fine. And then we'll try to get the mouth, because that's very clearly not moving. Whereas I believe the forehead is. But I gotta say, this the silver and gold combo, they seem to work pretty well together. I like it. Oh yeah, that first small dot, that one's just about closed up. Good to go. Nice. And I do believe that other dot is going to do what we need it to do. I just don't want to block it while I fill in the lower portion of the face, because I don't want to cover it up when it fills. you know. Here we go. Here we go. Um, so as I've been talking about for a few days, I am going to be going live again tonight. Um, it's going to be a very long live. I have a very specific thing that I intend to be speaking about. It's going to be heavy. The friend that had agreed to kind of be there while I told this story, and boom, there it is. Okay. Has had to unfortunately tap out. The election results have been not great for a lot of us. Emotionally and mentally, so many of us are drained. And unfortunately for me, it kind of becomes almost one of these things where I had to ask myself, like, are there bigger issues right now? Like, is now really the best time to do this because everyone else is stressed out about so many other things? But honestly, I've kind of psyched myself out or psyched myself up for doing this live, for telling this story. And I feel like, I can't put it off anymore. Like, it's nagging at me. It is on my chest. It is on my shoulders. And, these live streams, they get archived. So it's not like somebody has to tune in day of to hear this story. And hopefully that people will return and come back to it and talk about it, or listen to me, hear me out with what I have to say. But all I know is that I have to do it today. Like I've got myself convinced. It's something that I have struggled with deciding if I wanted to even talk about. And, like in my brain mentally, I'm like, I have to do it today. It's got to be done today. Can't tell if this small sliver here is going to fill in on its own. And I don't want to be covering it when I make this next pour, because I do got to make another pour. I am going to have to make another pour. That's a guarantee. I just don't want to, like, if it fills in while I'm pouring, y'all don't get to see it, but we got to do it. We got to do what we got to do. See what that does for it. I think I may have to directly pour, or not even directly, but like right next to those bags under the eyes, because I don't think it's gonna. I think the thickness of this isn't going to allow it to spread the way we want it to. So that's what we're gonna have to do. We'll give him a little bit of a smile pour. Maybe even subconsciously we'll be able to see some happiness in this particular alien. I won't lie, the consistency of this specifically has a very satisfyingly slow movement to it, if that makes any sense. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to pour a little bit more on the side here. It doesn't need it, but I just want to, you know? Like a little bit more silver and gold on this side would be nice. No, I guess it did need it because there was some stuff there that you just filled in. I had not even noticed. Crazy. And there's still this one little speck. Still a tiny little speck. Doesn't seem to want to fill itself in next to the eyeball there. I guess it's not an eyeball because a ball would imply that it's a sphere, right? Eye, egg, the eye oval. There we go. One little dot, that ought to do the trick. Yeah, I think that's going to do the trick. Okay, so there's our classy silver and gold Christmas background, face, head, however you want to describe it. And now we go with the jaunty, the jolly, the exciting, the red and green eyes. So I can't remember if there was a request for a specific eye to be a specific color, but you know what? We're just going to go ahead and do the right eye red, left eye green, and hope that suffice. That should suffice. As you can see, because I'm fixing the eyes currently, again, story of my life when it comes to this particular project. I think we're going to have to wait till tomorrow to fill in that the small little blips on below the eye. Otherwise, we risk it pouring over. Although we're already kind of juggling that risk as it is. Come on, fill all the way in. Let's go. All right, I think that's gonna do it. I think that surface tension ain't holding out. That's gonna come on now. Let's get that eye to come on. A little dot within the eye needs to fill out, smooth out, and be done. Okay, there's an air bubble that popped, so that helped. Cool. So there's our red eye. Now it's time for the green eye. Once again, using the green, that the bottle itself is a bit of a pain in the butt. Alas, I believe that should do the trick. And so long as that fills in, we have ourselves a Christmas alien. Because the moment Halloween is over, we begin defrosting Mariah Carey. Now that the political season is over, we're all trying to have something to look forward to. if we're being real here. And boom. Look at that. Isn't that just the jolliest of aliens? Well, anyway, for those of you who stuck around for the whole live, I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm going to be back on not too long from now. Really, it's kind of a matter of getting things set up. And since I am going to be flying solo for this story, for this conversation, there's no direct time. It could be within any point from now until within the next few hours. I'll see you then, and until then, be good to each other.